much. I had the revelation this morning that this is my 32nd Easter Holy Week series as a minister of a church. 32 times we have come to this moment, and I asked the Lord God of my being, please help. How do I possibly say this differently? And of course something came, as it always does. When you ask, you shall receive. The door opens when you knock. And I remembered a few short moments ago, 7 years ago, we were at Oneness University, and Sri Bhagavan there, the teacher, the main teacher, he talked about the first, should I say, the top crown chakra, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. He said that the higher centers. And he said that there is a particular teacher and teaching that represents the morphogenic field of consciousness as the entrance point into our awakening to that particular consciousness. The top one, he said, was the realm of Hindu, of Ram, of Krishna consciousness, of awakening. Awakening. That's the crown, is awakening. And he said that the realm of the third eye is the realm of the Buddha, the one presence and one power. Happens right here, that spot between the eyebrows. And he said the throat is actually the area of surrender of Islam, of Muhammad. And if you want to understand what Islam is about, you have to go to the teachings of the Sufis and the mystics, the sages of that tradition. Otherwise, you'll just get caught in the quagmire of Old Testaments, to the sad resistance. Go to the Sufis for understanding what Islam and surrender is about. And then he said the realm of the heart is the realm of Jesus, and it's the realm of forgiveness. Love through forgiveness. So I thought about our journey for this Holy Week being awakening to the awareness of oneness through surrendering our resistance, we've talked about that for 3 Sundays, to what is, and forgiving ourselves and others. How many times must we forgive? 70 times 70. So please, humor me. You're here. So we awaken to the awareness of oneness through a constant practice of surrendering our resistance and opening our hearts to forgiveness. If you want to do it quickly when you're about to go into a meeting and you know you're going to get caught up, you just can say, awaken to oneness, surrender, forgive. Awaken to oneness, surrender, forgive. You can do that pretty quickly without anybody even noticing what you're doing. And then you walk in. And Jesus' life as a master avatar teacher embodies all of those different traditions. So as we look at Palm Sunday and we enter into Jerusalem, the inner city of peace, we realize it's no more at peace today than it was 2,000 years ago. It's not about an outward peace. Jesus establishes himself in an inner peace and then goes into Jerusalem to cleanse the temple. That's what we must do as well. When we look at what happened on Maundy Thursday, he was asking his disciples, I need your help, buddies. Come on, wake up, be with me. I need your support. I need the community to help me. Because he knew what was coming. He had a clear understanding of what his future meant. He was going to leave his body so he could show the eternal nature of spirit. And then when we look at Good Friday, when we look at the 7 last statements that he made, we really take a look at what surrender and forgiveness means, more so than anyone on this planet. Jesus understood what forgiveness was all about. And then we come to Easter where all the chakras are awakened and we align ourselves with who we are and we flood our being with that divine presence. That's what you and I are here to do. We are here to awaken to the awareness of who we truly are. Everyone here is an avatar in potential. And they, literally, the teachers, the masters, they come to show us the way of our potential. They show us what we must do, and they give us a roadmap to follow to awaken. One of the things that I love is coming up with similarities between Buddhism and Christianity. You know I love doing that. And during Christmas time, I told you the story about all the different scriptures about the Jesus Christ consciousness that was coming in birth in the form of Mary and Joseph. And I described to you the same exact story with the same exact symbols in the life of the Buddha. The same story was being told. Angels we have heard on high. Virgin births. All the same things were present in Buddhism and in Christianity. And the same thing is true when we look at the Easter time, the resurrection, the taking on of the radiant light body, the transfiguration that happened not just for Jesus, but also happened for the Buddha and is meant to happen for you and I. So bear with me as I humor myself with these incredible Bible quotes that say exactly the same thing from two different traditions, because they're pointing to you and I. First one, Jesus spoke unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. From Buddhism, when a bodhisattva, a Buddha, descends from heaven, there appears in this world an immeasurable, splendid light, surpassing the glory of the most powerful glow. And whatever dark spaces lie beyond the world's end will be illuminated by this light. Same thing. Again, more proof. This is from Revelation. I saw one like the Son of Man, clothed with a long robe and a golden sash across his chest. His head and his hair were white as white wool, white as snow, and his eyes were like a flame of fire, and his feet were like burnished bronze, refined as in a furnace, and his voice was like the sound of many waters. In his right hand he held 7 stars, and from his mouth came a sharp, two-edged sword, and his face was like the sun, shining with full force. Bingo! Here's the same thing. The prince is endowed with the marks of a great man. On the soles of his feet are wheels with 1,000 spokes. His complexion is bright, the color of gold. He has a Brahma-like voice, like that of a bird. His eyes are deep blue. His hair between his eyebrows is white and soft, like cotton down. His head is like a royal turban. Again, one more time, as if you're not proof. Here we go. The high priest asked him, are you the Messiah, the Son of the Blessed One? And Jesus said, I am. And you will see the Son of Man seated at the right hand of power and coming with the clouds of heaven. The prince is endowed with the marks of a great man. To such, you and I, now, you and me, this means you, this means you, this means us. Only 2 courses are open to us. If you go forth into the world, then you will become a fully enlightened Buddha, one who draws back the veil from the world and reveals that which is hidden. I even have a couple more, then I'll stop, I'll promise. Pilate asked him, so you say you are a king? And Jesus answers, you say that I am king. For this was I born into the world, and for this I came into the world, to testify to the truth. Everyone who belongs to the truth listens to my voice. Everyone who has ears will hear. Those who don't, won't. It's all right. I am the supreme king, so let your doubts about me cease. I am the Holy One beyond compare. I rejoice, free from fear. And this means you. This is about us. This is our transfiguration, being transformed and awakened to who we truly are. This is not about someone who lived 2,500 years ago or 2,000 years ago. This is about the person who woke up this morning and is in this body. This is about you. You. This means you and your conscious connection to the Beloved. When that radiant essence transcends and moves through us, we become aglow with the Spirit. Our turban, whoosh, the crown chakras alit with energy. The soft spot between the eyebrows sees right through the illusions. This is you and me awakened to the radiant nature of who we are. This is our potential now. They come to show us our potential. What's true of the one is true of the many. What's true of the many must be true of the one. It must be so. That's what we're here for. So where does it begin? It begins with awareness of oneness in my body. My body. It started this morning, bless you. When I woke up, I take my seat. I become aware of my body, this wild, untamed part of me. It was too hot last night. It was too cold last night. You put the air conditioner on. You put the air conditioner on. Why is the dog barking? The body is hungry. I'm tired. Should I have eggs? Should I have cereal? The body, that wild, untamed thing, physical thing that we are. Can she walk? Or should be okay? The body. Who doesn't deal with the body? You deal with the body. It's that wild, untamed part of us that's often on automatic. You start your practice by awareness of your body. And you calm the body down, even just for a moment. Every day you choose to start with entering into the Jerusalem, the city of peace, by first calming down and being aware of where your body is, how your body feels, what's going on in your body temple right now. Because you're the template of the Holy Spirit. God dwells in you as you. And when you calm the body down, the next thing that gets revealed when you drop below the surface of where we hang out, most of us in an agitated physical state, and calm down just for a moment, then what was revealed to us is our inner thoughts and feelings. And what gets revealed to us are the thoughts, the words, and the deeds, and the habit patterns that we've either been running from or chasing. My little chatty Kathy. Judging. This person, that person. I'm comfortable, I'm not comfortable. I like this, I don't like that. I wish it was that. Why isn't it bigger? Why isn't it smaller? Why aren't I taller? Why isn't she loving? Now, you just look at that. Look at that. Well, isn't that interesting? That's my little inner dialogue. They're my thoughts. But I'm more than just my thoughts. I am that I am. I am existence, consciousness, and bliss. You just become aware of that. Even if you just get a second to be able to do that, whew, you have an anchor, consciousness you can carry with you throughout the day. So Jesus did that, and we're told we must do the same thing. We must deal with that wild, untamed part of our own nature. Nobody else can do that for us but us. Right? So he went into Jerusalem and he began the journey by saying to his disciples, go forth and get me that wild, untamed part of nature and bring it to me. We call it chakras 1, 2, and 3. Bring it unto me. I have need of this energy. And he sits on this energy. He pulls back on the reins. He's aware of what is needed when it's needed. And because he's so awake, he tells his disciples, go and get that car parked on the corner of Independence and Wrightsville Avenue and take the keys from the person and say the master has need of them. Could you imagine? But when you're in the presence of the Spirit, when you are that connected to the truth, you can walk up to anyone and say, I really could use that. And they'll say, I don't know why I'm giving you the keys to my car, but there's something about this that's greater than the appearance. You'll bring it back, right? Yeah, I'll bring it back and it'll be tame. You'll be able to ride it and use it. When you have that kind of consciousness, it's just amazing how the universe just unfolds in front of you and says, here's what's next. And then he goes into Jerusalem and he clears out things that don't belong there. This will be a daily process of what you will need to do your whole life while you're here. We have a person in our lives, this guy who's going through tremendous turmoil right now. I notice a lot of people are going through a lot of turmoil right now. A lot of people's lives feel upside down. That's part of where we're at right now. It's the times that we live in. This particular person was telling us his story about what's going on, the insurmountable details of things that you can't make any sense out of. There's so many things going on at one time. He feels like there's nothing he can do about it. He just feels completely overwhelmed, and there's no conclusions he can come to it. And he also, this wonderful person, he has this habit pattern of constantly being late to everything. Anybody relate to that? He's always a last-minute person. He's always rushing, always late. It's a habit pattern that he's not yet willing to look at. He just chooses to be late all the time and be in that state of panic rushed. You know, that's a choice. You can make another choice, but that's the choice that he's making. And one particular morning when he came, we had his child with us, he came to pick up his child, and we were downstairs waiting for him, and he pulled up in his car, and he was late. And when he stepped out of the car, the look on his face was wild. He was late. His eyes were bugged out. He could not even give me eye contact. He was completely separated from the source of the truth of his being at that moment. At that being, he was a crazy man, wild, untamed. His being was completely and thoroughly and absolutely out of control. And his poor child, she's like, Daddy, get in the seat, get in the car. And they get in the car, and then they pull out and they go down the road really fast, screeching because they're late. As I put out my hands, and I said, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well. May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. And may you not kill anybody. because we're dangerous when we're in that place of a mind separated from our source. We are a danger to ourselves, and we are a danger to others. You know that. You know it. We all know that. We all know that. And later on, when we got together and sat down and was calmed down after the end of the day, I said to him, when you pulled up in your car this morning, and I saw that look on your face, I said, that's the problem. That look on your face is our problem, and it's your only problem. I know it because I'm very familiar with it. I see that look on my face a lot. That wild, crazy place where I'm separate, I'm going too fast, I can't slow down, and I'm running over everyone in my life. That is your problem. That's the thing you deal with every time you take your seat in meditation. It has nothing to do with how many people come, how much money you get, whether he loves you, whether you're healthy, whether you're sick, whether you get what you want. All outer conditions. That look of insanity is our problem. And the spiritual practices that you signed up for help us deal with that. To enter into Jerusalem of our own being and say, the buck stops here. The problem is not with the outer circumstances, it's with my mind. And my choice to deal with it brings you to this room and to these teachings. And it's a very powerful moment when you choose to embody these truths. Very powerful moment when you choose to live them and take that fearless inventory of what's going on inside of you. Every single day you take that look and you ask for help, and the help comes. So let's just go for a moment to our lesson summation. Awakening to the awareness of oneness. Yes, right here. Practicing surrender to the resistance to what is. I forgive myself as many times as I can. Awakening to oneness through surrender and forgiveness. How many times will I need to look at that look in my face and decide, I'm not doing this again, and then it'll be there the next day, it'll be there the next morning, it will show up at the next traffic light, it'll be there when that check doesn't come in the mail. Oh, again, that look on my face. What's behind it? Daisy, you said it. You said, what was true for me was I began to notice at 6 years old, there was something behind my eyes that was spirit, greater than this 6-year-old body. And I've known it my whole life. That's looking through a glass clearly and seeing yourself as you truly are. A radiant child of love, a radiant child of God. Every time you practice, in the midst of the primary moment, going too fast, needing to slow down, blaming someone else, being in judgment. The moment you say, wait, that's for me in my house. Awakening to oneness happens through surrendering my resistance to what is and my willingness to forgive myself over and over and over again. And when you do that, the transfiguration happens. When we awaken to our divine nature, our crown is golden. The hair between our eyebrows is like white cotton down. Oh, that's so comfortable. And in our right hand are 7 stars, man. All 7 chakras moving through you with power and authority. And then when you speak your word, it's like a double-edged sword that cuts right through the illusion to the truth that sets us free. That's what we're here to do. And then the universe says, Hosanna in the highest. Blessed are you who cometh in the name of the Lord. This is our journey. This is our story. This is our transformation and our transfiguration. Enjoy the practice. Not just for yourself, but for the benefit of all beings everywhere.